coincidence. You are not a coincidence. We
are not a coincidence.
Never just tired. Look, it's going on.
We need to free each other's hearts.
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just saw Eddington, which of course is the fourth movie by Ari Aster. One of my favorite directors working today, actually. I loved Midsommar and Hereditary especially. And it's very impressive to me too that he made those two movies back to back. I feel like not enough people talk about that because they're both iconic at this point, and the fact they released 1 year apart is, you know, incredible in retrospect. Before I talk about this movie, a few things. Number one, I'm doing a double feature today, so I'm also going to be seeing, I Know What You Did Last Summer, the requel, I guess, as Scream 5 like to use, you know. They created that term pretty much, the legacy sequel. That review should be up at the same time as this one. And, yeah, I'm excited to do that because I've only done this twice. First time I did a double feature actually was with Beau is Afraid, and I think it was Evil Dead Rise. And it's funny because, again, that was an Ari Aster movie and a horror movie, so kind of the same thing again. And then, of course, I did a double feature with Barbenheimer that same year. So, yeah, pretty funny coincidence there. Beau is Afraid was a step down for me from Midsommar and Hereditary. Still a very good movie. But you could tell, like, Ari Aster is trying to do, you know, different things. And this movie, wow, was he trying to do different things? Unfortunately, this is my least favorite of his four movies. Now, I need to tell you guys, going into this, be prepared. This movie is not what you think, okay? This movie is a satire at its core. It is very much a satire. You're going to see big-name actors like Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, Austin Butler. Like, there's these big names in this movie, but you're probably thinking it's one movie when it's really not. It's something completely different. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they find out what they're watching is a satire without knowing. So be prepared for that. Now, if you don't know anything about this movie, basic premise is it actually takes place during the pandemic in 2020. So this deals with real-life events. The movie focuses on the whole issue of wearing masks, the Black Lives Matter movement because of the, you know, George Floyd case and all that, Antifa, social media influence, conspiracy theories, all that stuff from 2020 that we all fondly remember is in this movie. And I will say the movie, as a satire, does a very good job of making fun of both sides of every argument, you know, with every topic addressed in the movie. The only problem for me is, like I mentioned, Ari Aster is doing this thing where he's sort of, like, being experimental with, like, different genres in the same movie, sort of. Like, this movie is mostly satire, but there's part action, there's part horror, there's parts, you know, drama, you know. It's a whole bunch of things. And for me, the movie just it didn't really work for me. Like, the movie just kept going all these different ways, especially towards the end, my God. Like, it kept switching genres like crazy. Yeah, I definitely prefer, like I said, Hereditary, Midsommar, which were straight-up horror movies. I definitely prefer that side of Ari Aster's filmmaking. He excels in that. I appreciate, though, that he's trying to do something different. But Beau is Afraid and this step downs for me, you know. And be aware, too, because this is a satire, the characters in this movie do not act normal. They act very surreal. And Beau is Afraid also had that sort of same thing, where people act very surreal. Which, you know, I'm not against, but, you know, the Hereditary, Midsommar, I'm going to keep comparing these movies with each other because it's the same director. Those movies were very grounded. You know, all the characters acted normal for the most part. I mean, there's cult members in both movies, but, like, those movies are very much grounded in reality. And Beau is Afraid and this movie, Eddington, are not in reality, really. I mean, they take place this movie takes place with a real life event, obviously, but like it's very surreal. Like, just be prepared for that. Like, I can't stress that enough. So the basic premise of the movie, you have this town of Eddington in New Mexico, which is a very small town. It's got like a population of 2,000 or something like that. Joaquin Phoenix plays the sheriff, and then Pedro Pascal plays the mayor. They have a history with each other. And in the movie, they sort of come to a clash where they disagree on certain things with how COVID, the regulations or whatnot, having to wear masks and the 6 feet apart and all that stuff. So Joaquin Phoenix's character, the sheriff, decides to run for mayor against Pedro Pascal's mayor. And I can't say much else aside from that in terms of like the plot. I'll just say it goes in all kinds of crazy directions after that. Yeah. So, like I said, you do have a lot of satire in the movie, and the social media aspect of it. There were some laugh out loud parts in this. Like me and my audience, by the end we were just like, "What the fuck are we watching?" But like, there were genuine laughs in the movie. Like the movie does a good job of making fun. Like I said. Of both sides. So like whatever side you're on of any of these arguments, you'll find humor in it, no matter what. I don't think the movie takes a stand in one way or the other, because the whole situation, it's really a commentary on how America as a country just is, we're always at odds with ourselves. Like, it's just, there's always these different things, and the way social media is sort of like influences that, and it is a funny movie. Like, there are funny parts, but at the end of the day, like, the movie is 2.5 hours, by the way, and you can feel it. Yeah, I don't see myself rewatching this one a lot. Very good filmmaking, though, because Ari Aster, if you have seen his movies, the cinematography is always on point. This one, for me, probably my least favorite with the camera work, but still very good. There are some good shots in here. And, I don't really have a lot to say. Like, the cast, they give good performances. It's just, you can't really compare this movie to anything else. Like, I'm comparing it to his other movies, but, like, it's very unique. Like, I've never really seen a movie like this. I'm not big on satires. Like, Doctor Strangelove is one that comes to mind, the old Stanley Kubrick movie. That one's hilarious. I love that one. That one is more of a straight-up comedy, where this one you definitely have more drama in it. But, all the performances were good. I don't know. The movie dragged for me. The genre bending, the experimental nature of the movie, just, I don't know. Again, I didn't love this one. I want to give it like a B-, but I'll probably give it like a C+, actually. I don't know. I just need to let it digest, maybe. But on my Letterboxd, I'll leave a rating. Obviously, I'll put where I rank it with my other A24 movies. But for me, this is my least favorite Ari Aster movie, unfortunately. Definitely check it out, though. Like I said, it's just kind of long. Be prepared. I feel like a lot of people are going to see it, though, because, you got big names in there, so. But other than that, I don't really have a lot to say. Like, it's just very strange. It's a very weird movie. Just be prepared. Like, when you finish the movie, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. I'm sorry. I feel like this review sucks. Yeah. But anyways, let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments. Let me know how you'd rank his 4 movies. And I really hope Ari Aster goes back to, like, the horror genre, because I just feel like that's what he's suited for. Like, I like to compare him and Robert Eggers a lot. I feel like Robert Eggers hasn't missed yet. Like, The Northman is his weakest movie, but that's not really saying anything. Like, that's a great movie. Robert Eggers has consistently been great. Whereas Ari Aster, I feel like, has dropped off a little bit for me. So, I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments, like I said. I feel like this movie's going to get very polarizing reviews. Some people are going to think it's genius. Some people are going to think it's totally stupid. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And like I said, I'll be watching I Know What You Did Last Summer next. So, check out that review, too, if you'd like. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say. I'm sorry. So thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye-bye.